In the case of the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department, there is, of course, political overseers who change with each administration, but most of that division are several hundred career attorneys who stay there year after year, and their job is to enforce the nation's civil rights laws, to bring lawsuits, to settle cases, to find places where anti-discrimination laws are being violated, and step in. This agency has long been a thorn in the side of conservative presidents. Nixon tussled with them, Reagan tussled with them, but that's sort of to be expected. That's politics. One of the things that neither Nixon or Reagan or Bush 1 did was change the procedures for how career bureaucrats in that agency are hired. And this is an unprecedented step that the Bush administration took. Previously, when there was a vacancy in their ranks, committees of other career attorneys would screen candidates and conduct interviews and decide who to hire. And the upper political appointees had to sign off on it, but they always accepted whoever the advice was. That changed in 2002 under Attorney General Ashcroft. Now the political appointees did all of that process themselves. And one of the things I did as a reporter was I obtained, with the Freedom of Information Act, all the resumes of people hired by the Civil Rights Division before and after that change. And what I found was that people who had prior experience in civil rights just plummeted, and people who had very conservative credentials, like membership in the Federalist Society and Republican National Lawyers Association, or had been working for groups that were attacking affirmative action programs or were defending corporations against discrimination lawsuits, were instead being hired now to enforce anti-discrimination laws. And the character of the agency was rapidly coming under political control by making sort of everyone a political appointee. And as this was happening, suddenly, instead of filing big lawsuits alleging systematic discrimination against African Americans or things that sort of were the bread and butter of that agency, they were suddenly filing unprecedented lawsuits alleging reverse discrimination against white people, or discrimination against Christian groups and such. And that's how that agency's resources were being diverted into a way that the White House found more politically palatable. And so it's just another sort of very smart way in which they figured out a way to sort of seize greater control, impose greater political control over the executive branch.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.